Hey, today I want to talk about something that can catch leaders off guard: schedule changes and the surprisingly strong emotions and physical reactions that can come with them. Whether it's frustration, anger, overwhelm, or even, full rage, you're not alone if you've ever thought, why am I so upset with this small change in my plans? I'll give you a hint. This video is especially for my fellow different thinkers. Maybe you've got some ADHD, maybe you are autistic or dyslexic or a little of all of that. Anyone wired a little differently, because this topic touches right into how our brains process unpredictability. Let's dig in. What's really going on? And then I'll share some real world stories and solutions, including a simple acronym I came up with that can help you ground yourself in the moment, if you can remember it. Why small changes can trigger emotions. So first, why do scheduling changes hit some people so hard? So for different thinkers, neurodivergent individuals, it's often more than just like a small change. Here's what might play out. One, a need for predictability. Having a set of routines helps the brain feel safe and in control. When those plan changes, it can feel like the ground shifts beneath us. Two, cognitive flexibility changes. This is part of the executive function that we talk about often. If you struggle with transitions or need more time to shift gears, sudden changes they just feel deeply stressful. Rigid thinking, number three. Some of us naturally rely on structure, black and white thinking. That's not a flaw, it's neurological, but it can make it harder to accept alternatives when plans suddenly change. Four, sensory processing issues. Unexpected shifts in environment or energy can overwhelm your system, even if they seem small to others. And five, emotional regulation difficulties. When your brain is already working overtime to adjust, it's hard to stay calm. Big emotions can rise quickly and feel unmanageable. Now, I want to share a message I got from a client. Someone just beginning to build their awareness around this exact pattern, kind of what inspired this. They texted me and said, I am so angry right now. I can taste it. I know it's not rational. My schedule keeps changing. I missed a meeting. I was late to another. What is going on? This anger happens too much. If that sounds familiar, okay. Together, we explored what was underneath that reaction, and we discovered that anxiety and fear were out of control and were the root cause. So I gave them some simple self-coaching questions to think about. What about this change am I mad about? That's identifying those feelings. What would happen if I leaned into this new option? Might be okay. And what might this change actually be better than the original plan? It's possible. These questions help move the brain out of fight or flight and into a calmer, wiser place. I like to call it your sage state. So how do you interrupt the spiral in real time? Here's an acronym I use with clients. I talked about it before. It's called SHIFT. So the S, shift your mindset. I've got this. I'm going to take a breath. H, handle thoughts. Notice those negative thoughts, your inner critics, what I call the judge and saboteurs. Just name them. That's a win right there. I, inner calm. Do a quick PQ breath exercise, grounding, something to shift your nervous system. F, fresh start. Remind yourself, this is a new moment. I'm building new neural pathways. I want to make this happen. And T, trying something new. Choose one small action that stretches your flexibility, even just a little. You'll thank yourself. Okay, so back to my client, because you want to hear the rest of that. What did they do? They decided to intentionally grow their flexibility muscle this year. They realized this was something they'd always dealt with. They wanted to change it. They're doing 2 things a month that are last minute and outside their comfort zone. They just completed their first one. And while it was hard, they were proud they completed the darn thing. They were quite impressed. They also set clear boundaries. Once their schedule is set, 24 hours in advance, it's locked. Unless the President of the United States calls, the plan stays. If something does change, their scheduling assistant lets them know directly with a call or a text. We also streamline the number of ways people could change their schedule. Turns out there were 6 ways. We have it down to 1. That alone lifted a huge weight off the whole process and calmed things down. Now, for a personal story that happened literally 5 minutes ago, my husband walked in and asked me about our 4 p.m. meeting with our bookkeeper. Right? It's on the schedule. It's on the calendar. He wanted to sneak in a quick handyman project somebody had called about and asked, are we still meeting with her? And I, deep in work, low in energy near the end of the day, writing this article, I kind of snapped a little snarky and I said, yes, it's on the schedule. Why wouldn't we be? And he reminded me, well, a couple months ago, we actually canceled that kind of last minute. Ooh, I caught myself and my tone and my tension. It wasn't about him. It was my brain reacting to the idea of there being a change to the schedule. So I paused and asked myself, what would AI say? That's my little internal reframe to shift into a sage mode. So I reset and calmly said, I can confirm the meeting is still at 5 p.m. He smiled. He left to do his project. I finished writing my article. Win-win. Once I stopped being reactive. Your turn. Let's reflect. So let's bring this back to you because that's where it really matters. Do you know your comfort zone around change? Are you looking to grow your flexibility muscle? And do you have the systems and support in place to handle unexpected shifts with more ease and flow? You're not alone in this. You're not too sensitive or overreacting. Your brain is wired to respond differently, and you can train it to work with you instead of against you, but you have to be aware of it. So I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please comment below. Leave me some more data. What helps you manage unexpected schedule changes? Again, drop me that comment. Your strategies might inspire somebody else. And if you're looking for personalized support, I'm here to help. Don't forget. And like, subscribe, and share this with someone who maybe needs a little more peace when plans go sideways. You've got this. One shift, SHIFT, at a time. I'm JoyGenea, International Neurodiversity Coach. See you on the next video.